Hi everyone and welcome back to game number 2 with Tmanplays and Fantyx. Tman this time on the left in blue playing as the 5th E French, and over on the right we have Fantyx in red playing as the 39th Infantry Division. Neither player with forward deployment troops, but both getting those recon troops up very early. Fantyx with not a lot here. There's a Mirage in already, going for this chopper I assume. There it is diving. Will it get the kill? It does not get the kill. Is there any AA to take it out? Not at the moment. There's no other jets coming in from Fantyx's side. The Mirage will come round for another pass on that chopper. Should get the kill this time. There isn't OSA coming in though, so it will need to be careful. Oh wow. Chopper survives, and OSA gets a lovely hit on that Mirage. Recon versus Recon. Grenadiers will arrive forthwith. That chopper is routed and badly damaged. It's not going to do a lot there. This is a VAB, and there's an AMX-10RC up there. Oh, another Mirage in. Will it take a hit from the OSA? It does take one hit from the OSA. Risky, because that OSA got 2 missiles. If both had hit that jet, would have been very dead. Command straight in the back here, but 2 commands in for Tmanplays. So he is still +2, so he does have a balancing set of points at the moment against Fantyx. But both middle points neutralized, both pack points capped. Small recon going down here, recon up there. A lot more focused from Fantyx's side. He's got nothing up at the top here. He's a lot more clustered in this bit and this bit down here. Now, right now it looks like Fantyx is outnumbering Tman in terms of infantry here. He's got at least 3 squads of infantry there. Although these guys are going to get torn apart by these units here. The T-80, however, will cause issues. T-80 has line of sight on something. I think it was going for the VAB. VAB being retreated. Very much worth keeping alive at the moment. Razvedka Sapori getting torn apart as well here. T-80 will annihilate that VAB though. Oh, VAB moving again, just out of range. Very good play with that VAB, keeping away from that T-80. I assume he can... I don't even know if he can see the T-80. I assume... Yeah, I think the AMX can see it. T-80 now being used against the Grenadier Voltigeurs, which will be pulled back, and BMP-2 ripping them apart as well. They took a lot of damage from those vehicles. So Milan's coming in now, which... Where are they going to? They're actually coming around here. I almost thought they might go into here to shoot at that tank. Mostly units coming in down the bottom for both players at the moment. Although there are... let's just resupply. Yeah, everything else is coming down the bottom. ATGM jet in. I assume going for that T-80. He wants it dead. It is probably the most annoying thing for him right now. He has managed to kill one of the BMP-2s, I think. Oh. Missile does not go for the T-80. It went for the BTR. Or it veered off and went for the BTR. SU-27 in now. ATGM plane did take damage. Good smoking by Fantyx. Grenadier Voltigeurs are doomed. Sapori also coming in to finish the job. Nice positioning at this side, but really holding the town is so important in this point. It makes such a difference. And right now, Fantyx is in firm control realistically. Up at the top... Pretty balanced. I'd say Fantyx has slightly more up here, really. But, I mean, it's not stuff that's going to be going for an all-out assault, necessarily. The Milan 2 should deal with the BMP. The biggest threat there is probably the Mostrelki Metis, because they could move across with the Razvedka. And there isn't really any anti-infantry here. Nice recon positioning here, though the gun is on and it will potentially shoot. Yeah, it will shoot at anything that comes past there. Really, I think that would be better with the gun turned off, perhaps. There's an Mi-24 back here. Oh, it's firing at the recon unit. Oh, missed the recon unit. That's because this chopper can see it. We'll eventually get the kill. There it goes. T-80 still being the biggest nuisance here, killing units as soon as they come in. Oh, Igla gets an instant kill on that little chopper. AMX is in. Oh, wow. AMX gets the kill on the T-80. BMP-3 firing missiles, though, at the AMX. Oh, wow. Did it get a side shot? It did. The T-80 was reversing and the AMX got a side shot on it. Oh! AMX-30 gets popped by the Motostrelki, though. Osa kills another chopper here. Good wall of anti-air for Fantyx right now. T-80 rolling in. Another T-80 BV coming in. The T-80 horde is real for the 39th and the 79th. Choppers moving in here will be a big threat to all of these units. There's not a lot of AA here. There's a Roland 3 up there. There's a Mistral here. I mean, this is one thing at the moment I would say is T-Man hasn't called in much anti-air at all. And this chopper is going to cause him major problems. And moving that Roland from its current position is risky because if it drives across the open terrain, it's at risk from the BMP and the T-80s coming in. AMX-10 getting a shot off at the T-80. It does do damage. You know, quite a high damage potential on those AMX-10s. Oh, what was that? Oh, the Milan! The Milan got a shot at it from there. Milan is immediately killed by the BMPs, but... or the BMP Motostrelki, I should say, but wow. I think that was a side shot. That was a lot of damage. I mean, the Milan does 24, actually, so... that might have been just a really good hit. Grenadier Voltig is coming in here now. Lots of fire going down on these infantry. I think T-Man is going to easily get back into the buildings here. T-80 is being pushed back in a panic, even though it's badly damaged. Choppers coming in as well. Those Sapri will cause issues, though. They're going back into this building. They have 4 of those satchel charges left. T-80 gets a nice shot off on the VAB. There goes that chopper, absolutely annihilating one of those squads. I assume with the assistance of the satchel charges there. These guys will be taking a couple of satchel charges. They should beat the Sapri, though, because they've got good fire support from those tanks behind. Roland was being pushed up, but not in range, and has a missile coming at it from the BMP-3. Oh! Very lucky Roland 3. That's what I was saying. Moving the Roland 3 up there, it is at risk. BMP-3 takes a shot and kills the VAB. Here we go. Mistral's coming in now. I did wonder if we were going to see some anti-air being brought in, and indeed we are. Because that chopper is annihilating those forward infantry. It's annihilated some vehicles. I mean, it's paid for itself. They're not cheap. 240 points, but I expect it's paid for itself by now in kills. Odd unit coming in up the top there. I will note that obviously there is no longer any recon vehicles there for Tmanplays. They have been killed. They were discovered by this recon chopper with weaponry. And I assume they finished the job. I imagine that that vehicle opened fire on the supply truck that went past, giving away the position. ATGM coming in. What's it going for? It's going for the OSA. Oh, but it's down. And the Mirages are getting taken out as well. One Mirage down, 2... oh, wow. That was a devastating blow. All 3 jets lost. All 3 jets lost to one Su-27S. I'm not sure anything else got a shot off at those things. Possibly the Igla's got a shot off? But wow. Su-27S absolutely annihilating all those aircraft. Wow. I'm really curious if the Igla's got any kills there, but I think it was the Su-27S. I will know when I go back and edit the footage to make sure it's all okay and have a quick look. T-80 engaging on the AMX. AMX getting wrecked. Obviously, once again, we're seeing this situation where the T-80s can 2-hit these AMXs, a lot like they can 2-hit the T-72s. They're just that much stronger. Really, you need big Leopard 2s, and you need the Abrams, and I would say you need the Challenger, but they still need to give that 27 front armor. T-80 coming in at the back there. Going to the top now. Fantyx possibly considering a push at the top. There isn't a huge amount here for Tmanplays. He is calling in a tank up there now. He's managed to clear this area, but he's not got his own forces in there. It's just sort of no man's land now. Another Osa coming in to replace the one that was destroyed. Osa's performing very well at the moment in this patch. Milan there. Just to do some damage to these vehicles at long range. And that's a good choice because it means the tanks are less likely to be able to fire back at them. They can't fire their own missiles because bear in mind that a lot of the Russian tanks have missiles. So they can fire at a longer range. T-80 once again doing some serious damage down here. Will end that. Yeah, I mean, there's just no contest. The AMX-30 does not have the armor to deal with a T-80. End of story. I mean, 11 front armor versus a T-80 gun. T-80 gun is 18. You know, it's doing 6 damage per hit. Fantyx being a little bit pushy here. Here he comes, moving up with both these tanks. Milan getting a shot on this, though. Oh, smoke's gone down. Multiple shots going out against the Motostrelki. They will retreat. They probably will may survive. Just having a little look at, and I think they're going to die, actually. I thought they might get out of line of sight. Oh, I think they have just, yeah, they have. Very lucky. Fantyx being a bit aggressive here, doing a little bit of a push. Trying to clear up some of these forces. Osa there. Takes out another chopper. T-Man is having a very hard time of it this game with any aircraft. Choppers, planes. He's losing a lot. After that initial swoop in and getting, you know, getting away with the first jet. After that, it's been very challenging. In fairness, the first 2 jets got out on half health or less. But, yeah, after that, it's just been loss after loss, sadly. Just having a look at what everyone's bringing in. T-80's pulled back again, having taken a bit of damage, will now be repaired. Another T-80 there. I mean, the T-80's just picking off these AMXs. Milan getting a shot off there, but is killed before the missile lands. What is going on back there? I just saw a missile sort of loop around past that. There's not actually anything over here. That was weird. Maybe I'm seeing things. Or maybe it's just a missile that got away. T-80 badly damaged, will now be retreated and repaired. Mistral got a shot off at the Mi-8. Can it finish the job? Yes, it can. Mistral doing the business. Oh, was that an anti-air unit that just got whacked there? I think it was. I think that was a Roland that just got whacked. T80 BVs fully repaired and back at the front. Oh, that was a nice hit. Did that get hit by two things there? It looked like it was just the AMX-10. Oh, very nice. AMX-10 and AMX-30s all getting shots off at that T80. Managed to kill it. 16 pen. I think it's because it's such close range they can do more damage, because obviously as they get closer their penetration increases. I think it's every 195 meters in this. Every 195 meters their penetration goes up by 1. So obviously close range they are doing more versus T80s, so it's 2 T-Man's advantage to get closer. So fighting in this distance is better for T-Man than fighting at, you know, max distance, which is like over here somewhere. Good positioning of units all the way around the back, just keeping fire support on these units. Obviously, Nicola is still having a hard time of it here. A little bit of skirmishing at the top. I think Fantyx having a little push there. But neither player with a lot at the top. I mean, Fantyx bringing in a few more units there. He could do a push. I just noticed there is an MI-24K around the back here. That's interesting. I've not seen that before. Is that landed? It is. It looks landed. It is landed there. I mean, the AMX-30 could kill that as it comes past. The HOT's going to kill it. It is landed. It counts as a ground unit. HOT misses. AMX-30 should get it, though, if the HOT doesn't get it. God, the HOT is garbage. Stationary, huge target, big chopper. That's appalling, I'm sorry. Did you finally get it? No. Tank misses it as well. Boom, 1 shot, 1 kill. I'm sorry, that was ridiculous how much the HOT missed there. The HOT is hot garbage. The HOT 2, acceptable. The HOT, it's just no. That just has a standard HOT, I assume. Yeah, HOT 1. It's supposed to have 50% accuracy. I'm not convinced. T-Man once again managing to get up to these buildings. I'm really impressed with how he's holding. But equally, you know, the same can be said for the other side. Fantyx is holding with almost less units. But more expensive units, I'll grant you. Because those T80s are not cheap. Some T62s pushing in around the bottom now. We are halfway in this game. 20 minutes left. And the points have not moved since the start. Now, in the first game, which I hope you've watched because it was a really epic game, I think you could probably tell by the kills to losses, by the way they were playing, the reality is these two are very similarly matched, which has made for some very tense gameplay. But it's also making it very difficult for either of them to push, because they have not necessarily similar playstyles, but they can match each other's movements to some extent. And right now, this is a stalemate, practically right down the middle of the map. The only reason this is across there is because the command is here and the command is there. They may as well just have a line down this road in the middle of the map, because that is pretty much where it is right now. Fantyx being a little bit aggressive down here, but obviously T62s aren't that strong. AMX-30 will be able to deal with them. AMX-10 RC obviously can do some damage to them. Milan has been pulled back. Milan is going to fire at something in the centre there. Oh, was going for the T80. Another couple of AMX-30s coming in there. These are the Brenners. They have slightly more armour and a better gun. Gun doing 18 pen instead of 16. T-62s managed to finish off that tank. AMX-30s firing at this net. Oh, AMX-10 and AMX-30 firing at it. Wait, hang on. Oh, BMP-2 and BMP-3 take out the... There's so much stuff dying suddenly. That was a VAB going down. Brenner's putting down plenty of fire here against the infantry. That Brenner is badly damaged. What is it getting in range of? Nothing is the answer. This Brenner is firing at that tank at the back. Nice shot. 2 more T-80s coming in, though. These Brenners are in trouble, and they don't realise it yet. Boom. Brenner's dead. Next one's going to die as well. It's smoking. No, it's not. I thought it was going to smoke. Oh. T-80 Horde ripping shreds in the front line once again. More infantry up here for T-Man now. There's no... Well, there's one tank there supportive firing now, but not as many as there were. Artillery in. That's a first in this game. And was there artillery in the last game? Other than the Buratino? I don't think so. Very little movement at the top. Neither player with a huge amount, but slowly but surely, I feel like Fantyx is getting more kills down at the bottom here. But then I really struggle because the reality is these units are cheaper. I mean, the Brennus is 165 points compared to, you know, what's the cheapest tank here? Technically the T80, which is 200. The T80 BV is what, 235? I mean, yes, they've got T62s, but they got wiped out pretty quickly. T-Man sort of being pushed back again here. He's managing to move some infantry up here, though. Possibly getting these buildings. Now, that's something that just kind of dawned on me. Fantyx is relying heavily on tanks here. Heavily on tanks. And don't get me wrong, they are putting down an immense amount of fire support against these infantry trying to push across. But if the infantry could get across... I mean, there's a dead squad of Motostrelki, and there's 2 Iglas there. Once they're dead, it puts all these tanks in range of, effectively, RPG launchers. T-Man's doing a really good job of holding. I think I would have crumbled by now against all these T-80s. Oh, T-80 there, finally getting a shot off against that Milan 2. Milan 2 not taking any damage. Is returning fire. Artillery is now on it, though. Artillery will wipe that out pretty quick. Infantry reinforcements now arriving. "15 minutes left of this game. And nothing's moved. No points have moved since the start. I'm actually starting to think that neither of them is going to be able to push. I mean, one person would have had to pivot to the top. I think for this to be shifting, someone would have had to pivot to the top and risk that they couldn't defend the bottom. Because both players are flooding the bottom. I mean, right now, it feels like it swung slightly either way. That Fantyx is less in control of the town. And T-Man is a bit more in control. But it's just a little bit back and forth over this centre area. These buildings here now. It was here, but it's kind of moved to this area. Slightly further over. But it's right in the middle of the map. Let's be honest here. Amazing fire support from tanks by both players, can I just say. But obviously, after the early losses, T-Man isn't using any aircraft anymore. Fantyx hasn't really used any aircraft. He's used a couple of choppers effectively, but that's it. All these infantry taking fire from supportive units, and commandos taking fire from supporting units. These artillery will be very beneficial because they can at least pick off defenders. What are they firing at now? Oh, command snipe. T-Man has realised, immediately moves it. Oh, he's going to move it down the bottom, and we're going to get our line down the middle of the point. Yes, come on, let's have the line down the middle of the point. Make it look like a proper halfway point. There we go. Oh, actually, because it's coming further across to the middle, it's pushing it further that way. It's pretty much down the road, though, isn't it? I told you it was going to be down the road in the middle. Yeah, I can live with that. That's what I wanted from, you know, 10, 15 minutes ago. Just a nice line down the middle of the map. I think that is, I mean, that is the shot, isn't it? That is the shot for the front of the thumbnail for this one. Let's print screen that. Everything pauses briefly. I'm print screening that. That's definitely going to be the thumbnail for this one. The perfect line down the center of the map. People who wanted frontline mode from Steel Division 2, it's here. I mean, look at it. Doesn't get much more frontline than this, does it? I mean, this is just a mess. No one's going anywhere. No one's trying to push the top. "12 minutes left. Artillery immediately on that command. How can he see it there? He must have had something just in range to see where it was. Oh, he's ruined my line. It's a good job I took my screenshot when I did. It's now too far over to one side. I'm not happy. These Milan vehicles are doing reasonably well, aren't they? Just the little jeeps they are. But they've proven pretty good this game. Obviously, they're a one-hit kill to any tank, but they've kept the T-80s at bay to some extent. More reinforcements arriving here. More reinforcements arriving here. I mean, this is just a meat grinder. It is pure meat grinder in the middle here. Infantry getting slaughtered. The odd tank getting blown up. I'm really curious to see what the kills to losses are, because I think they're going to be very similar again. Where are these guys firing this time? Hitting the defenders over here. Those Milan 2s. Is that the same Milan 2 from before? Can't be, surely. Milan 2 gets another kill on a T-80. Milan 2s are doing a good job. Here comes the fire support. Four more AMX-30s. Oh, there's a Jaguar ATGM in. And it's immediately killed. That was the Iglas, I think, got the kill there. Osa maybe got a shot off as well. 10 minutes left of the game. And I don't think this is going to go anywhere. I think this is it. I think it's going to be a draw, and I think that the points are going to stay as they are. Loads more tanks being called in for T-Man. Can he push on this with 8 tanks? Potentially. What has he got infantry-wise that's a threat? these guys in here pose a threat. He needs to kill the infantry at the front. Otherwise, he'd just be up against tanks. Which, if he's got overwhelming force, he could win. I'm not sure he will have overwhelming force. Something's about to get hit by a missile. AMX-30. More BMP-3s arriving with Motorstrelki. We're still trying to get a shot off at that. And is being pulled back. Fantyx is paying close attention. As is T-Man. It still gets hit. It is stunned. Mistral getting hit by a tank now, though. And is... It has a single missile left. Does it get a kill? It does get a kill. Takes another hit from the T-80, though. Another T-80 BV rolling around the bottom, trying to get eyes on. Loads of infantry pushing up. AMX-30 getting a side shot on the T-80B. And retreating back. AMX getting shot at there and the infantry getting shot at. AMX is dead. AMX-10P engaging as well. But lots of tanks back here still. T-80 BVK just to ensure that control of that point is maintained. The MX-30s are off. Here they go. Trying to close the gap to do more damage. They get a kill. T-80BV smoking themselves. That's a Ural and a T-80. Loads of chasseurs pushing up here, taking plenty of damage. More AMX is called in. 3 just arriving. T-Man's going for it here, I think. I did wonder when he started calling in all those tanks. Is he just going to try and do a push? He is in the buildings. But there's a command tank at the back now, buffing all the others to tier 3. Elite status will make them more accurate. Will make them less prone to suppression. I mean, the buildings are T-Man's, technically. But there's so many tanks behind them. He is getting shots off with the chasseurs, but the LRAC isn't a huge amount of damage against these tanks' front armor. I'm surprised we haven't seen some kind of artillery from T-Man to try and snipe the command at Fantyx's side. In return for Fantyx's attempt. He's forced Fantyx back to the edge of the point. Rolling in his command tank as well now. Artillery coming in on there. These tanks pushing up to here, but I just... Once again, we're not seeing this movement of points. 6 minutes left. Was that a tank that died there? Or just... No, just a truck, I was going to say. It was just the Ural that was still parked there. Grenadier Voltigeurs here. Chasseurs still here. There's 3 tanks here. There's a load more chasseurs coming in. That T-80 BVK has taken damage. Loads more Motorstrelki coming in. And Sapri Commander coming in. Fantyx is not losing this point. 3 commands will be in this point. He is not going to lose it. End of story. I mean, T-Man would have to take the entire point to stop these commands being in, because he's going to have 1 in every edge of the point. And Fantyx will get a draw, but he won't get a win. This has been a brutal slog. MX-10P's taking missiles. 1 lost. Loads of Sapri here will be very good against these chasseurs at close range. Loads of supporting fire coming in from those tanks, though. They have the autocannon, so they're quite powerful. Loads of supporting fire coming in against the chasseurs as well, though. Oh, what a game, guys. This has been brutal. Look at this. T-Man going for the emergency last-minute memes. With 3 minutes to go, it's going to have to be some impressive memes. What is the anti-air like up at the top there? He's got a recon chopper as well, so he's got to deal with a single OSA. He's got to deal with a single OSA for anti-air, and there's nothing else at the top. He will have to worry about the Su-27S coming in, but if he gets the Alouette over there and can see that command... He needs to be able to see that command. If he can see that command, he can kill it. I don't think the OSA will be able to engage quickly enough to kill them all, but he would need eyes on the command. Three minutes left. He's got to move fast if he's going to do that little maneuver. I'm trying to keep... I need to say a bit more zoomed out because I need to keep an eye on what those hot twos are doing. 2 minutes left. If he wants to win this... I mean, these points aren't worth a lot. He'll be +4 if he takes it. I tell a lie. He'll only be +2. He'll only be +2. Oh, well... I'm not sure that would be enough to make it not a draw. Hot's coming in down here as well. That Sapri commander was trying to go all the way around the back to Bravo. I mean, that's cheeky. I didn't think it was going to try that. That is very cheeky. Where are these Gazelle Hot 2s going with 2 minutes left? You would have been better off going for that command, surely. What are they doing? Even if he kills all the stuff that's coming in at the back of the map, Gazelle Hot's here as... I think he's accepted that it's a draw, and now he's just... I don't know what he's doing, to be honest. T-Man, if you watch this, what are you doing at the end here? I don't understand. You're going to be more in range of the OSA here. Coming around the back. Su-25's coming in to deal with all these choppers. I mean, yeah. Choppers are all going to die to the Su-25s. Let's watch them all die. Dead, dead. That one's nearly dead. It took some damage. OSA will finish the job here, I imagine. Are they in range? Surely they're almost in range. 2,800. Yeah, I was going to say. Pop. But this game goes to a draw. Last game went to T-Man. Really well played, guys. I mean, this was just brutal. Both of you are holding so well. Really curious about the kills and losses. Really curious. I honestly don't know what it's going to be. I imagine close. 8 seconds left. And there's the game. GG's. Kills to losses, pretty darn close again. Slightly higher for Fantyx. T-Man lost a lot of... I'm really curious what killed all those jets. Was it the Su-27S? Mi-24, early game. Just got so many kills, as I say. T-80. The tanks are going to get loads of kills. I'm not even interested in that. Where's this Su-27S? And when did it come in? There it is. Yeah. It got all three of those. All three of those jets it killed when it came in. I mean, that... It can have MVP for in one pass killing all of those jets. SU-27S is MVP because in one pass it killed 3 jets. I think it was pure, you know, random roll luck, but nonetheless. Milan 2 did a good job. I think that was probably one of the ones in the centre. But nothing too stand out other than the tanks as usual. But yeah, SU-27S gets it. That was a brutal game, guys. I do not envy you in that one. I hate when a game just draws to a standstill and it's just an absolute meat grinder. But well played, guys. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe, and tune in during the week. We will certainly have more casts from the tournament.